Hey guys, welcome back. We are in Photoshop now and we're going to go ahead and load all these images that we shot and edited in Lightroom already previously, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys them. So if you've seen the first two videos, this will be the last video. So I am going to select everything but the composites and a couple, probably like half of the session, to load onto Photoshop just to make this a little quicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that load, and then I have already actions that I've already pre-made for like situations like this, meaning basically anything that's done in my studio, I already know what I want to do to it. So that does help make everything go a lot quicker editing wise, so I don't have to go in and do like a new curves layer or anything like that. So basically I'm gonna go into the actions section up here in my panel, and then I'm gonna click on this one that I created, and then I'm gonna go to automate batch, and then this is basically gonna make this run over all the images that I have open, and then it's literally just gonna play it over and over and over again, and I could just step back and let this go. Okay, so I have some basic layers in here. I have a haze with curves. I have removing red, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you know how I remove red from skin. I have a removing green. I have removing blue. I also have like a brush to brush on more white. That remove color cast basically turns everything white. So I also like to use the vibrance instead. So vibrance basically leaves that color that is already there, but it's not gonna leave it so overwhelming. It's gonna kind of dilute the color. It's not gonna remove it completely. So yeah, I also have a lash and lip detail, which if you watch again my other videos, you know how I do that. And I also have my portraiture layer, which is basically my skin smoothing. So that helps me save a lot of time when I'm editing. I'm going to turn on the haze, and then I'm going to brush it off my subject. What I like to do is I kind of let it be airy around the corners. I let it kind of touch the clothes a little bit, but I try to keep it off like the skin tone, things like that. Unless I see that the image really needs that haze, then I will leave it. But for the most part, I do just remove the haze. I'll go in with a black brush, so I'm hitting B on my keyboard and then X on my keyboard to make my brush black. So white reveals and black conceals. So I'm going to conceal this layer, and I'm just going to go ahead and edit it. My next step is going to be to take off the red remover from the lips and the tongue. So anything that I know is red, I'm going to take it off from there. So I don't need their lips being orange, just their skin. So then my third step, which is almost always my final step, is the lash and lip detail. So I just go over the eyes, the tongue, hair sometimes depending on the hair, and then the vibrance is what really like knocks it out of the park. So if you've ever wondered how I get my whites white, this is typically how I do it. So I just turn vibrance all the way down, and then I brush it on like the skin, obviously where there should be color. So that is my little cheat way of doing it, and that's about it. That's all I do to my images, and then all I'm gonna do now is go through and do this to every single image. So that is a little tedious, but I feel like it saves so much more time, and it helps me have like a consistent style through all my editing. So if you have a studio similar to mine, or if you guys edit similarly to me, then you guys can do this. It's not too hard. It's literally just knowing what you want out of the image, and then that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get through all of these images, and I will talk to you guys again at the end. Alright guys, if you remember, this was the first image and it's very grainy, so what we're going to do is we're going to flatten everything we've done, and then we're going to go into filter and then noise and we're gonna click on dust and scratches. So I'm not actually gonna use this right now, but I'm gonna show you what you can do. So basically you can do like super buttery skin and it removes all the color from there. And then you can also change the thresholds, which basically means like how heavy do you want that. The radius basically means like how much of, you know, how many pixels do you really want affected, or the size of the pixels that you want affected. So you're gonna get something like this, and this is why I don't like using this. I know other photographers do like using this. I don't like using it because I feel like it adds a huge halo. So what I do like to do is I'll duplicate my background layer, so I'll press Command J, I'll go into noise and then reduce noise, and then we're gonna go into reduce noise color at 100%. I could have done this in Lightroom, I totally forgot, honestly. So then preserving detail, we're gonna drop that, and then sharpen details all the way down, and then strength all the way up. And basically we want this to look as buttery as possible. So we're gonna click OK, and then we're only gonna apply this to where we need it. So the leg, kind of parts of the skin and things like that. So we're gonna click on that layer, and then we're gonna add a layer mask down here. So we're gonna also invert it, so Command I, and then remember that black conceals and white reveals, so we're gonna use a white brush on our black background. I'm gonna add it a little bit to the tongue. I know that sounds weird because the tongue has so much detail in it and we're basically removing detail, but it has so much noise that honestly in this image it would be so beneficial that we should just go ahead and do that. And then we're going to flatten that image, and then we're going to continue with our editing. Something that I honestly recommend everyone to do is to go ahead and skim through your images and make sure that you've actually edited them all and that you're not like forgetting anything. So I just press Command Tab, and then it just skips through every single one, and then I just made a batch like flatten action, and it flattens and saves for me, so I don't even have to worry about that, and we're basically done. I'm gonna go ahead and continue this with the rest of the images, and I'll show you guys what we did at the end. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below what your favorite part was or what you learned today, and share, like, and subscribe. Alright guys, I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye!